like an earache. I don't know why, but my left ear is kind of hurting and my head is kind of hurting as well. So I don't know if this is going to fit here or if you have another pet. I'm just going to say it because I'm getting something like, I don't know if like seizure or stroke makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So she's seeing the can't make them stop. Why they do it. It's only two specific dogs that bark at them every time. It makes no sense. Okay. So the way this is a male, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the way he's presenting is he's like coming in like pouncing, like bouncing around. I don't know if he ever like went like in circles or chased his tail or like to do like, you know how they do like a circle jump in like circles. Like I don't know how to explain it. I keep seeing him doing that.
He had old dog disease when he died. There was something wrong with his. It was a tumor on his brain.
Okay, don't tell him.
Oh,
Don't tell
sorry.
me. That's okay. Well, because this is the way he's presenting. Like he's. So did that make him go in circles? I don't know why he's showing me that he's going in circles because he's happy.
Because that's how he got sick. That's happened when he got sick.
Oh, so he went in circles because of that?
Yes.
Like the neurological thing of it?
Yes.
Okay. Because I thought he was doing it because he was happy.
Well, he is a happy dog.
Okay. Well, I just kept seeing him go in circles, but that makes sense. So with this neurological thing, obviously I know it feels like it's like cognitive, obviously, but it did. So was this thing like pressing on any specific nerves that may have caused something that was maybe similar to seizures or similar to? Now I'm wondering if your dog wasn't coming in early.
Yes.
Okay. See, now I'm wondering if your dog wasn't coming in earlier because of the seizure thing and it didn't fit the last reading, but it's fitting here.
He knows I've been thinking about him and calling for him.
And the brain and stuff. Because this what happened tonight was kind of crazy. Was because I had two people ahead of you, but they said they wanted to be in. They never made their payment or anything like that. So you were next on the list. And before this, I don't know if you were in here. I kept getting a seizure and a brain thing with the other dog.
No, I was in here, but I fell asleep.
I can't see that other dog on the other side, so now I'm thinking it was your dog. If that makes sense. Like your dog was coming in with the whole seizure brain cognitive thing.
Yeah.
And I was pulling him in instead of the other one because I don't think the other one's in spirit. Especially if you've been talking to him and been calling him and stuff. Like,
oh yeah.
This was a divine thing.
Yeah.
The way that this happened.
I know that.
So now I know where my seizures and stuff go. Also though, was there a reference to did it cause his like walking to be off balance or
yes.
Okay. He keeps talking about like the neurons or like the like there was a lot of neurological issues. And
but that was only until the end. That was at the end.
Yeah. Which is what I'm picking up because it was the most significant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
knew that I knew.
Yeah, because before that, it seems like there was some kind of like sign that you're like, okay, something's wrong, something's off.
Yeah, he had a seizure.
A seizure. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense with what I was getting the last reading. Holy crap. Okay. Now we know where that's coming in at. See what I mean about piggybacking? They'll come in early and confuse me.
Yeah.
So, because I kept getting that with the last one, she's like, no. Now we know where it belongs. But I'm getting the reference to 3. So I don't know if it was like 3 years from the time of the seizure. If there's a reference to March the 3rd, 3 years.
I put him down March 31st.
March 31st. Okay, so there's your 3. Perfect. But how long after that, I'm getting chills. How long after like his seizures started did you have to put him down? Because I was gonna actually, that was my next question, was if you had to actually put him to sleep or make that decision.
I had to, and it was a terrible. I mean, it was it tore my heart.
It always does,
first
but
seizure.
it's
Yeah, it was within a year's time from the
okay.
first one.
Okay. So the 3 must be March. Then I was just making sure it wasn't a double meaning thing. Because, he talks about like you struggling with that decision. Like you thought about doing that when he first started having seizures, because I had a dog with seizures and it's really hard. It's hard to watch them go through that, and it's hard to deal with. And so it's a struggle for us to know what the right thing to do is. But he says that you gave him that peace by letting him go and made the right decision in that way, as hard as it was.
It was terrible. It's terrible when they're struggling, and then when people live with seizures all the time. I don't know what happened.
Good.
It just stopped.
I don't know. Technical difficulties.
Okay.
So there's a couple things I was getting. Brain, like he had brain damage, and so although it feels like with all the seizures and stuff, and with that pressing on there, that it was brain damage and it wasn't reversible or anything you could do. Like you were saying, like a lot of people live with seizures, but this unfortunately wasn't anything
that this was
that
something
could happen.
Correct.
Yes.
It was something that was advancing, and I couldn't fix it. The doctors couldn't fix it, and so it was just monitor him and know that I had him for a very limited time and love on him, and that is what I did.
Well, and that was the right decision. It's interesting because they keep referencing my dog, and I didn't know what was wrong with my dog, but same thing. He had seizures and he was gone within a year. So I'm just wondering if that's what it was. But also, I get the reference to like you cooking dinners or cooking food for him.
Oh, that dog lived better than most people.
Right. Like I feel like you cooked food for him like every night and gave it to him. And I even think you maybe even hand fed him a little bit.
Yep, all the time.
Okay. He was a little spoiled, he says.
He's a lot spoiled, but I loved him he was so sweet.
He is. He's a very much of like one of those, like I just want to cuddle him like a bear hug.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I feel like you did. Like he was very comfortable to cuddle, like with all his fur and everything, like a big fuzzy dog.
Everybody loved him. He had the best personality ever.
He does, and we're gonna get into that. I'm also getting the number 8, so I don't know if 8 years old.
That may have been when I put him down. 8, yeah.
He would have been 8.
Yeah, he was 8 when I put him down.
Okay, that makes sense. And then this is all stuff I wrote down that I was getting while we were trying to figure you out. And then I keep getting like a cross, so that tells me a memorial. So I don't know if you actually have like a cross memorial in the yard, if he was buried, or exactly what that means, but it comes in as a like memorial for him.
Yes, I have a memorial for him.
Okay. And is that outside or?
It's inside.
Inside. Okay. It's kind of weird, like the way that he's bringing it up. So you have ashes then?
Yes.
Okay. Did you used to take him on walks? He keeps showing me like you holding a leash.
I took him everywhere.
Everywhere. I came in at the same time. Everywhere. Because like he shows me like you like holding his leash, so that would symbolize like you taking him places.
Mm-hmm.
I even get a reference to like pup cups or.
Yep, we started that.
Okay, outings like that where you used to take him for pup cups and stuff. And I don't know like if they recognized him but I feel like people used to always throw a big deal about him.
They did. They knew it was Mojo.
Yeah.
Because he was so sweet and he'd look like a little bear.
Yeah, that's what he reminds me of, is like a little bear. But and like even like if you hug him, you just get like, I just get this soothing feeling like if you were to hug him.
Yeah.
Like that's just how you get. And he was like a one of a kind is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely.
So he's even saying he's one of a kind. So he's a very special heart dog. So I don't know if you refer to him as your heart dog, but
yes,
there is a reference to him being your heart dog. Like non-replaceable. Not like you would ever try to replace him, but he's just saying like he's different in the fact that I feel like he was very well mannered, very well behaved, very sweet and loving, like not an aggressive bone in his body. Like that's how it comes across. Just a big old cuddle teddy bear. Like for some reason I get like emotional support with him. So I don't know if he was your emotional support and if kids really liked him, because I also get the reference to almost like a therapy dog personality.
Yep.
So I don't know if like you used to take him to see kids or why this is coming in.
I had kids in my family that would come over, and they would come over to see Mojo. They wouldn't come over to see me.
Okay.
And I even took him to work a couple times.
But he's very much like with everything that you went through in your life, he's very much been that emotional support that you needed. And I feel like
there, yes.
I feel like you got him at a time that was really hard.
I did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because it's like you got him, the way he entered your life was very much divine. I'm getting chills with that. So
yeah,
however he entered your life, it was like a meant to be moment.
I have lost one dog, and my ex-husband took the other dog, and I was ready for another dog. And so I was searching the internet, and as soon as I saw that face, that dog was mine. Instantaneously, I knew that dog was to be my dog. And the morning I called and I said, when can I have him? And I went and picked him up, and he was mine. And very special dog.
He is very special. Like as you're talking about that, he says fated. Like it was fated.
Yeah.
And you always knew that though, because there's like that instant bond and instant thing. But it's like he got you through some of the hardest points and moments in your life. Because I see, and I hope this isn't too personal, but I see you like laying, and I don't know if you're in pain or you're crying. I do see tears, and he lays next to you. It's almost like, and you would put your arm around him. So he always knew when you were upset and you needed him, and he felt that and would try to honor that in helping you get through it. So basically you got yourself an emotional support dog without trying to get yourself an emotional support dog. That's just how he was.
He did that after I got hit by the car at work.
Okay. That makes sense, because I was getting like, so I don't know if you cried in pain as well, because it kind of came in as like you're hurt but you're crying kind of thing.
Right.
And he would be there.
Yes, he would.
Okay.
He never left my side. And he's just the best.
And he says that you really struggled with this, like really, really hard, because like he was your best friend. He was there all the time. He was the only one that you talked to about everything. Because I feel like you literally sat and talked to your dog about all of your problems.
I did. I did. He knew. And he understood. He would look at me, and I knew that he understood what I was talking about.
I mean, it makes sense, because he's sitting there saying like he knew all your secrets, and like you would sit there and have conversations with him, and he would just sit and listen. He knew exactly what you were saying, but he's like, she always talked to me about everything. Like, so best friend in the form of a dog, and like he knew all your secrets. Like,
absolutely. He was like my little kid.
Yeah. And you treated him like it too. Like, I feel like he was pampered, always brushed, always bathed, always fed good, made food. He had to have your food. You gave him your food.
Yeah, I gave him my food. He'd eat his food, and then he'd come and eat my food, which was the same food.
Yes.
One time he stole a plate of Chinese food that I was dating this guy, and I asked the guy, I was going upstairs, did you want to get a second plate? And he said, yeah. And so I fixed the second plate, and then I had to go to the bathroom, and I just left the plate on the counter and come back, and the plate was gone. Well, Mojo had taken his nose and put it up to the counter and pulled that plate of Chinese food flat down from the counter and had himself a good Chinese meal in 2.0 seconds.
Well, he says you always fed him off the table. He felt like it was his.
Yeah. It's something else.
You let him get away with everything.
Yeah, I did. He was really good. Even as a puppy, he didn't chew anything. He didn't
Yeah, that's what he says. He's like really well behaved, except for like those moments. But that's, a dog thing.
That's just cute. You're not gonna. Yeah. I never got mad at him for anything.
I mean, he's your soulmate. He's your two peas in the pod. Now, I don't know if you've thought about getting another dog because this was really hard for you, but
I actually have another dog.
Was it after this?
Yes, I have a dog now.
Okay. Because he's talking about another dog, and I wasn't sure if you already had it or you were getting it, but I see it as a little fluff ball too.
He is. He is a Shih Tzu, and his name is Muggsy, and he is a Snugglebug.
Is he also like the same color or something? Or
no, he's got multicolors. He's got
okay.
He's lighter, way lighter. He's got like tawns and whites and.
All right. I was just seeing like a fluffy dog, like standing there, like a little fluffy puppy.
Yes.
Sitting there. So, all right. So you've already got the other dog. He was just letting you know. Sent you the dog.
Oh, he did.
And I also hear April.
Because I got this by default. And yeah, I got him in April.
Okay. That's why we wanted to connect April too. You're like me. I have a hard time. Like once a dog passes, like I don't go very long before I grab another one because it's just so hard.
Yeah.
Like, it just heals your heart,
Yeah.
But he is like meant to be. Like he knew that you needed someone, and I don't know if there's a very similar relationship with this dog, but
there is.
This feels
dog like had an owner that was a male who did not treat him very well at all. And this dog would come and hide under my bed or stay with me because he knew that I would snuggle with him and treat him better, and I took him places with me. And, so yeah, this absolutely.
Yeah, and so basically you saved each other because you were grieving at a really hard time and that dog needed you, and in a way that's kind of why Mojo left.
Yeah.
Like I always say, like they leave so that we can love and save another sometimes. And that's basically it's so interesting. Like he shows me they're sitting there with a butterfly on his nose.
Yeah.
So did he actually have a butterfly land and sit on his nose?
Or it wouldn't. No, not the.
Is he being symbolic? Like he was that gentle?
He was that gentle. He was so big, but he was so gentle. Just a gentle giant. And, you know, he loved everybody. But if you're going to mess with me, he'd tear you up.
Yeah. He had that protective nature. So, what do you signify the butterfly on his nose? Do you think it's just that gentle, or was there ever a moment like that?
He was out in the flowers with me all the time. He was underneath, and if I was doing something, he was in next to me doing it. So it could be, and he knew that he knows I plant flowers in the spring, and so it wouldn't surprise me if it meant that he just enjoyed being outside and being next to me, and remember that. Because we would look at butterflies. I'd say, Mojo, look at the butterfly. Because he would like to chase squirrels and bunnies, but he was never too fast. He wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, but it's almost like if a butterfly were to land on his nose, like he wouldn't really do anything. Like that's how it comes across. Like
Yeah,
him
he
just being
wouldn't.
very gentle with it.
Yeah, he would not. Yeah.
So he keeps showing me something with a heart on it. I don't know if you have. It's just interesting. I just see a heart, but it seems like it's on something. So I don't know if it's like a memorial, something like a memorial for him.
I have a big oil painted photo of him hanging up. And he, like when he was alive, he was heavy because I fed him everything that you're not supposed to. And he went into the Biggest Loser program, and he won the Biggest Loser program at the vet's office. And so it's the collage of pictures with his weight loss. And there's a big heart.
Oh, there is a big heart.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like he kept showing me this big heart, but it was like on something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his love me, his progress paper.
Gotcha. Dude, really? Roscoe's gotta be up in the middle of everything.
Just like Mojo.
Maybe he's in my cat for a second. I don't know. Center of attention.
Yep.
But did he know tricks? Did you like teach him tricks?
He did. Yes. He was very good with tricks.
Because I see like, you like giving him commands and him doing them like.
Yeah. We played hide and seek too.
Very, very smart dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he comes across with saying like it kind of really was hard on both of you when he started declining. Because he said it was a rapid decline.
It was.
It didn't really start off the way like again it started off with, I think he started acting kind of different, and then it went to the seizure. Then it went to the seizure, and then he's talking about like it was like a rapid decline. And
yeah, it was.
Like I feel like you babied him and pampered him a lot during that time, and he made the most of the time that you guys had. And so he's appreciative of that, and he's appreciative of the extra time that you guys had.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting, he takes me like to the towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I keep wanting to get like October, November time frame.
Yeah.
And he takes me from that all the way until when he passed. Does
that
make sense?
Yep, because he wouldn't move a lot. He would get up and sit, whereas he used to would get up and follow me, and get up and follow me, get up and follow me, get up and follow me. And then when Thanksgiving came and the family and stuff were over, as long as I was in a room, he would get up and come and stay in that room. Even if I left it, he would normally leave it and then come back with me but whatever room I was primarily in, he would
Right. I
stay.
mean, he's
Yeah.
obviously your shadow, but I'm just one. Was that like the time frame of when he was sick?
Yeah,
Like,
it
did he
was.
start showing it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I keep wanting to reference like this time of year, like
Yep.
going into
Yep.
October kind of thing.
Yep. He sat right in front of the door on Christmas Eve when my family was coming in, so they would have to acknowledge him because he couldn't really walk.
Did you? Because like I keep getting reference to Halloween too. Did you ever put costumes on him?
Uh-huh.
Okay. like like costumes and then like take pictures like at the PetSmart thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, I put stuff on him all the time and take pictures.
okay, because that's what he's talking
It
about.
wasn't
Like,
just Halloween.
yeah, she dressed him up all the time, but he's showing it to me like costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was your little child.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. He's bringing pain into my head again. He was doing that when you were gone. I was glad I wrote down all that stuff because I would have forgot it.
So special. Such a special animal.
Yeah, but did he start showing like I feel like there was brain damage that became clear at some point.
Yeah,
I
it
keep
was
wanting to get
almost
like
like
earlier in
overnight.
March.
It was like overnight. Like it was just weird. It was there one day and then he was fine, and then I guess the seizures slowly started happening and maybe I wasn't aware. They were little maybe mini seizures when he was sleeping or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah. But once the first major seizure happened, I knew, you know. So.
My dogs are going nuts outside. That makes sense but it's almost like there's a reference to the beginning of March, and then again closer to the time frame of his passing.
Yep.
So I don't know if that makes sense for you.
Yep.
Where like things started to really shift at the beginning of March.
Yep.
And you knew in your heart you were getting close to the time where you had to let him go.
Yep. It was a day by day thing.
Yeah.
And evaluate him day by day.
And when he went through the seizures, did you ever like I don't know if you would lay by him during the seizures or
Yep.
because they keep referencing when my dog was having seizures, especially like the night that I had to take him and have him put to sleep because they just kept coming. The seizures wouldn't stop.
Right.
And I was laying next to him, but I would
Yep.
try to like cool him off by wetting his paws, and then I would like lay next to him, and like I'm getting that reference.
Yep, that's exactly what I did. I laid with him and told him that I loved him and that I was going to miss him and that I knew he was sick and that I was sorry he was sick and there was nothing we could do. And I'm just going to spend as much time with you and let you know that I love you. It's while we have such limited time.
Yeah, and you were there for him like through the seizures, like as hard as it was to be there, but you were like there comforting him the whole time. That's how it comes across.
Yeah.
And like he's very thankful for that because he never felt alone. Like he's like, I never felt alone from the moment I saw her. Like it was like love at first sight. I don't know if he jumped around or acted really, because I keep getting the reference to like when Poppy first saw me, like she went nuts. Like she started licking my face and she went crazy, and I never seen a dog react to me like that. That's kind of reference I get, like when he saw you, like he went a little nuts.
Yes.
Like excited.
Yes. Let me tell you what he did the first. Well, I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I went and picked him up from a local rescue and I brought him home, and I had to go to work that night, and so I put him in my master bathroom with a baby gate and the radio on with some food and some water and some toys. And it's a fairly large master bathroom. And so I had left for work. Well, when I came home from work, he had scaled that baby
I was
gate,
gonna tell
and
you he jumped that thing, didn't he?
he jumped that baby gate,
Mm-hmm.
and he put himself right in the center of my bed, right up by where the 4 pillows meet, because the bed was made. And that's where he was waiting for me. So when I came home and I opened the door, he was sitting smack in the middle of the bed, and it was the most precious thing I'd ever seen.
I was gonna say he jumped that.
Mm-hmm.
Right before you said that, I was like, I could see him getting over that gate. Just like, nope, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not staying in here. I'm going to mom's bed. Mom's bed is now my bed.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he was from then on.
Uh-huh. Yes, he was. Because we still had to work on pottying
Yeah.
outside.
He's just got this like very sweet energy about him.
Yes.
I mean, he had his like crazy moments, but he was mostly calm, and I just get like this very sweet, calm, serene energy about him.
Yes.
That's how he comes into me. And a lot of love for you. When you talk about our pets being our soulmates,
Uh-huh.
because soulmates can be anything. They can be our friends, our pets, our family. He's a soulmate dog.
Yeah.
Like, and you've incarnated many times with him.
Yeah.
From what he's showing me. So
That's cool.
and that's why you felt like he was your heart dog, because you felt that connection to him. You know, you just know, like, there's some of my dogs that I have a deeper connection than I do with others. That's just
Right.
for whatever reason, that's how it is. But
Right.
you know, some of the, and that goes with all the dogs in our life. Sometimes we have like stronger connection than we do with others, but
Right.
all of our animals are in our life for a reason. But very much this other dog was sent to you as a healing process, so you could heal each other. Because of his situation and your situation, you're going to heal and grow together. That was the whole point of the timing of that and that happening.
And that is happening. That has happened.
Because it feels like you're healing one another from whatever. Like that dog's learning to trust,
Yeah.
and you're learning, you know, to re-love again and love a different energy. And it's
Yeah.
hard, but you're going through it together. Like, that's the way that it comes across.
Yep. That's exactly correct.
It was like love at first sight. I don't know if he jumped around or acted like because I can't think of
unbelievable.
like when Poppy first saw me, like
I just miss him.
You'd still talk to him though, right?
Oh, I do all the time.
Because
Yeah.
he says that you still have conversations with him, like he's still there. Like, just as you told him your secrets when he was here, you tell him the same things on the other side. And also, I feel like when this new dog came in, you talked to him about that. Like,
Oh, I
is it
did.
okay if I get another dog? You know, there's this dog. What should I do? And I don't know if you waited for a sign or if you just took it on faith that this was happening in the time it was meant to be. But I feel like you've received signs from him anyways.
I did. Yes.
On if you were supposed
did.
Was the sign having to do with you having, like, getting this other dog?
Yes.
Because the sign centers around this. Like, I don't know if you asked him for a sign and then he gave it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just crazy.
And there's a reference to a phone call. So I don't know if the phone call came after you asked for the sign or how that relates. I'm not really sure, but I keep seeing you on the phone talking to someone, so I feel like it's connected in some way to that time frame.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
But as you know, he's very much okay on the other side. I feel like he's around you in spirit a lot. Like he still lays in the bed next to you. I feel like
I thought so, because
yeah, you can feel him.
Yeah, well, sometimes Muggsy will kind of look, and I'll be like, "Is that Mojo?" Is that Mojo or Marley or Jesse? And he looks at me like,
You
"How
like
am
the
I
ends, don't you?
gonna?" Yeah, I said,
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's him because he shows me like him laying next to you still,
Mm-hmm.
and being very, very cuddly at moments. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if did you ever have a moment where like you held his face and looked in his eyes?
Oh, all the time, especially when he got sick. I have pictures of it.
Because I keep seeing that, like you holding his face,
Yeah. I'm gonna
looking in
send
his
you a picture
eyes,
of him.
kissing his nose. Like
Yep.
I get that reference. So
Yep.
he's showing me those intimate moments that only you two would know about.
Yep.
And he's a very strong spirit energy. I love when they're like this because they communicate sometimes better than humans.
Yeah.
With their readings. This is just an example of that. Like I'm not having to struggle with anything with him,
He's my buddy.
And he always will be. Like I said, you still talk to him, he still hears you, he still comes around.
Yeah.
And I still want to go to like you kept like specific stuff from him. Like
oh yeah, I have his hair,
collars,
I
leash,
have his
hair,
collar, leash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I get that reference again. They show me like the collar, the leash, specific things.
Yep.
That were something with his name on it too. There's something
Yep.
that he showed me with his
lots of
name on
things
it.
with his name on it.
Okay. And then again, like you're crazy taking pictures, so you have like hundreds of pictures of him.
Yep.
Because that's what he says.
Yep.
And I don't know if you have them all over your walls and then all over your phone, but I feel like he's everywhere. Like
he is.
He's everywhere you look. And
Yep.
he loves that. He absolutely loves it.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is. I have to say he's one of the most awesome dogs I think I've ever connected with, because the energy I feel from him is so peaceful, so calm, so like serene. And I think that's maybe how like he made you feel, even if like say you were hyped up or upset over something. It was like he calmed you down. His energy calmed you down.
Yep.
That's, and I'm getting chills with that, but that's how it feels, is like the moments where maybe you weren't so calm, his energy mellowed you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you could feel it, like it was like an instant thing. Like he's very much a healing dog in that way.
Yep.
And he was supposed to be with you at that time in your life because you needed a dog like this, with this personality and everything, for that time in your life.
I absolutely. Absolutely.
I just think it's so crazy that he like interrupted the reading before this.
That sounds like him.
And we didn't even know like where it belonged.
Come on, hurry up, let's go. Well,
yeah,
let's go.
We didn't even know where it belonged because I kept getting that seizure before, and you weren't even here.
Right.
But it was almost like he was letting his presence be known before we jumped. He knew we were going to have to do this reading, that the other people weren't going to show up. He knew that before we did. So he just came in a little bit early. He jumped in the other reading.
Yeah, I knew because I could feel it.
Yeah. And he's a very strong energy. Like when you call him, he's there anyways. But I can't remember who we connected with. Is there a father figure on the other side for you?
Yes.
Because this pup is sitting next to your dad.
Yes, my dad.
And he's sitting there like petting like the top of his head, and they're just like standing there together in the light. So he wants to let you know that he's with your father on the other side.
Aww. Yeah, my dad loved Mojo.
And he salutes me. I don't remember any of our reading, but he salutes me. So that tells me Army or police or
He was,
something of that nature.
Marine and
Marine,
police and
yeah,
fire.
both of them. So, but I get a salute. So, or he salutes us, I should say.
Yeah.
So he has to make his appearance known because we all know that that's how he is.
Yes. He knows that I call and talk for him too.
Yep.
And
so he just wants you to let you know that he has Mojo.
Yeah. That's awesome. That
Yeah.
just
like
that
I feel like he throws a ball for him on the other side because there's a I don't know if you like to throw balls for him.
Yes.
When he was here, because there's a reference to chucking a ball and him chasing it. I'm getting that for you, but I'm getting that your dad does that for him on the other side as well.
Yes.
And I see your dad is young, like he's super young right now, where he's showing. I'm surprised I even recognized him, but
he like everyone loved Mojo. They're like, how do I get a dog with a temperament like that?
I know, but he's mixed, isn't he?
Well, he is. Yeah, he what he looks like and what he truly is two different stories.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's mixed with something, but it's not what you think he is. But mixed dogs are great. Not that the other ones aren't, but I just notice a difference in the temperaments with mixed dogs. Sometimes.
I always thought he was maybe retriever and chow chow, especially with his hair. And I had a DNA test done, and it came back 75% Rottweiler, 25% Collie.
I could see the Collie, but the Rottweiler, I definitely don't see. I was like you. I was thinking maybe he had a golden in him. And it's odd because Rottweilers, I mean, they're great dogs, but the Rottweilers I've seen have never been like this. Like, he must take after the Collie personality because he's like very smart and like, you know, very smart, very gentle and stuff like that. Like, yes, Rotties can be like that, but that's more like a Collie trait.
Right.
It's just I would think the same thing. Like, he looks like a golden and something else.
But if you really felt under his skin, you could feel the thick body of the Rottie.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
and so I'm wondering if
I wasn't looking at the whole picture. I was looking at I was just looking at this one because it showed his eyes the best. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have guessed. I can see like where the size comes in for him being Rottie.
Yeah.
See that, but I wouldn't have expected
definitely a smaller Rottie.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that though, but yeah.
And I'm wondering if because of some of that Rottie bloodline is what was causing some of the seizures and whatever.
And maybe like it could be a genetic thing. You know. I don't know, because he keeps taking me back. So he's probably with my dog over there because he keeps taking me back to that time when my dog was really going through the seizures and stuff. My dog was 15 though, but he was a little like Shih Tzu mix, but he was 15 and he just started having seizures out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I really never knew what like caused it because I couldn't afford all the major tests for it. But you know, he was 15 anyways. What were they really going to do? But it makes me wonder. I always kind of thought that he had like a tumor. It was something similar to what your dog has because it seems like they had the similar type of thing. And that dog was also like my heart. Like, he was very special. Great dog, great temperament, perfect dog. Like, you couldn't ask for any more. And so he might be relating the two because they're very similar and their issues were very similar in the situation as far as, you know, how I laid with my dog for hours, you laid with your dog for hours is kind of the same thing. So they did like the day before because there was like I didn't get him in. I could go ahead.
I would after I knew he got sick. That's all I did. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. I spent the entire days upon days with him.
Like the one time I left, I had to go somewhere like down the road, like not even far, and I left him with my mom because I didn't want to trust him to be by himself and have a seizure. The moment I left, he had a freaking seizure. So of course I'm running all the way back, you know, really quick. because I couldn't take him with me where I was just going like the store or something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he had a seizure. So it was he didn't want to be separated from me. So I don't know if that, because you said he didn't leave him. So I don't know how that relates, but
They're like, how do I get a dog with a temperament like that?
Yep.
He's mixed, isn't he?
it's tough. The dogs with seizures are really tough because it's we go through all that heartache of seeing them like that as they're going through it before we actually have to go through the heartbreak of losing them, knowing that eventually, they just can't, their body can't take it anymore.
Well, and I just felt terrible because he was sick, and I knew that he knew that he knew that I knew that he was sick and not gonna do well.
And I also see, were you there, like, because I know you made the decision to put him to sleep. Were you there? Did you like hold his paw?
I
Kiss him?
did. I
You were
did.
there because
Yep.
he talks about you holding his paw, kissing him, being there, and talking to him before he
Yep.
passed.
Yep.
Telling him, I love you, I love you, Mojo. I love you, Mojo.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over. And you're crying. And that's what he shows me as like prior to his passing. And it's like then all of a sudden it's like that, and he's on the other side in a field of flowers and your dad's standing there. So that's what he shows me happened directly after his passing. So I hope that that's comforting for you.
Very much so.
But I don't know if, like, do you have like jewelry that you wear for him, or what I keep getting is like a necklace, but I don't know if it's his picture or ashes or something like that, but I keep getting like a specific something that you wear for him or of him, or unless he's telling you that I need to send you something.
No, I bought for my niece a necklace that says Mojo on it for Christmas.
Okay.
Because she loved him.
Is it also like a heart?
It is.
Or, okay, because I'm seeing it. That also is a heart, but I see it as a necklace heart, like it's like silver heart.
Yep.
And I kept wanting to relate to him. Okay, so that makes sense. So he's just validating that he knows that you did that.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps taking me back. So he's probably with my dog over there. Because he keeps taking me back to that time I was really going through the seizures and stuff.
He loved it.
He was a little like Shih Tzu mix, but right.
Yeah, it makes her feel close to him,
Yeah.
Caused it for all the major tests for it. But, he was 15. What were they really going to do?
So he shows me there him sitting there with your dad, and he just wants to let you know that he loves you, and he's so appreciative for the life that you gave him, the love that you gave him, how well, like he said he had an amazing life, like he couldn't ask for better, and he experienced so much on earth with you that he's so thankful for all those experiences that he had. He says the good, the bad, the ugly, all the love that he felt. He always felt loved. He never felt like he needed anything. He always felt like your special boy all the time. And so that's something that he wants to let you know, that he's very thankful for having that kind of life with you. And I hear like we will meet again. So I don't know if that means he's going to come back or he'll just see you when you get there.
Probably.
But your dad definitely has him. Stop. Your dad definitely has him on the other side. And that's almost
awesome.
like a send-off.
That's awesome.
My dog just started barking at nothing. So I don't think the dogs are barking outside. But
that's so awesome. Thank you so much. That just
I hope
warms my heart. It was fabulous.
I hope so.
Fabulous.
Yeah, he had a seizure, so it was
well, maybe he's barking at the window for nothing.
Or maybe Mojo's doing a flyby. Just check
I
it out.
don't know. He's stop. Hold on one second. Don't leave yet. That's my little monster dog, Stitch. I don't know. He was barking at the window, and there's nothing there. So I don't know if he was barking at his own reflection or Who knows? Maybe it was like a send off for
That's
Mojo.
right. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So let me know if you do want a product, because you sent enough for one. So like more than enough. So if you want one, let me know.
Okay.
I do like I said, the Rainbow Bridge keychains, necklaces, and I have bracelets now. So
yeah. Just pick one and send it.
Seriously. Okay, well, send me your address in the chat so that I have it.
Okay.
Okay, and it might take a little bit. Well, actually, it might not take long because I don't have to do a channel with it, but I will. If you want me to, I can also email this to you. If you send me your email, I can clip it, but I was just gonna clip it and post it anyway, so it's always there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, you don't have to email it to me.
Okay, because I didn't know if you could download it or not. Because if I clip it, then you can just download it.
Yeah, I should be able to download it right from the site. Right.
Yeah, if you can't and you need me to like email it, I can always do that. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. I hope everything's okay. I hope this was helpful for you.
Oh my God, it was awesome.
I hope so.
so
I enjoyed him a lot. He was really easy.
Yeah, I am so filled with joy, and that's what he did to me all the time. He filled with joy constantly.
Yeah.
He filled anyone with joy that he came in contact with.
He's pretty amazing soul. Like that's I think why I was getting the therapy dog. Like he has that mentality. Like he could have been a therapy dog. Like for like hospitals and stuff like that. Like that's how I think that's why that reference came in. Like that's his personality.
Yes.
Because that takes a special dog to do that.
Yes.
So it's like I think that was the reference, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it was destined because I started getting him before you even knew where you were. The other people didn't show up. So I take that as a meant to be situation. And now I can make sense of the seizure thing. Like,
yeah, no, as soon as I saw that you were going live and I'm like 9:30, I was like, dude, this is it. So I knew.
You got it, because I got like I said, there's 2 people that just disappeared that said they wanted it, that I put them on the list, and then they disappeared, and you were next.
Yeah.
So, and you're probably all I have the energy for tonight. So that's it. I'm gonna look for Melissa, and I don't know where she is, but
ending for a wonderful night.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. I mean, 4 hours later, but
yeah.
Well, like I always tell people, like my readings are not short, and they're not like they're not vague. So it takes, they're longer.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I hope it was good for you.
It was wonderful. Thank you. Very
joyful. He was very easy. I like when they're easy like that, and that's the experience I always seem to have with pets, is they seem to be a little bit easier to connect to. Like all of his numbers and dates and like months, everything fit. It all fit. There was no confusion about what he was saying or anything. I like when they're very clear like that.
Yeah.
A lot clearer than humans a lot of the time.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, Jamie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, honey.
Good to see you.
You too. Bye.
All right. I think I'm gonna, if Melissa's not here, I think I'm gonna just be with that, because that was pretty draining. I've got to take care of my own pets. And going up to this about the Rottweiler shorter lifespan, Violet is a mix of 4 different dogs, and she's 12, and she's very healthy, knock on wood. She hasn't even really started slowing down or anything like that, other than her face is white. And she's got Rottweiler. She's got, as from what we understand, there's Rottweiler in her, but she's a great dog. She's a great dog. I've never had a Rottweiler personally. I can't talk about their personalities. My uncle had Rottweilers all the time, but they were never loving, like cuddly dogs to me, so I can't really relate them to that, but I've heard they're great dogs. Violet is the epitome of a good dog. So, but she's got like Shepherd, Rott, and I can't remember what the other 2 things are. I think Pit, and there's, I think, one more thing. If the sister is the right, because there's somebody that was my friend that had this dog that looked exactly like her, and we think that she came from the same litter, and that's what that dog was. So she lived for, I mean, she's 12 years and she's doing great right now. So yeah, I don't know, like I've never like cuddled them or anything, so I don't really know how they are. I just know my uncle had them, and it was more like those were his dogs and they didn't seem very friendly, but that was, you know, mine. So this is your last chance. If anybody wants a Rainbow Bridge thing, if you are in this live tonight, just tell me you were in the live tonight. When you send me the email, I'll do it for $25, normally $35. And anybody that had a reading tonight, if you want to add one for $20, which we don't have to worry about her, she paid plenty for that, so I'm just going to add that anyways. And then if anybody wants to book a private reading, all the information for that is down below. Again, book till January, February. You just have to keep going out, but we're almost in October. It's not that far away if we look at it. So I might do this again. I do have to figure out where Melissa went, so if she sees this, please reach out to me, Melissa. I don't know if I have the right Melissa Miller. So we'll either do it live or I'll do it private for her in some way, shape, or form. That way everybody's taken care of. Sorry I didn't get to everybody tonight, but if you guys really liked this can be something we can do if I have the time and energy. You can DM me on Instagram, yes. So any way that you follow me, Instagram, Facebook, or you can DM me that way. And then or send an email, whatever works best for you. So however you get a hold of me is fine. And then, yeah. So if I ever have because I think I'm getting to a point where I'm going to have more days off. I'm hoping I don't have as many reschedules on my days off, because that's what was going on is I haven't had any days off. And so all my reschedules are on my days off. But I'm getting to a point where I think I've basically gotten all my reschedules, except for people that haven't reached back out to me to reschedule. It's not my fault. I tried. So they have to get back with me. So then my days off, I can do more stuff like this if I feel like it, because I still need days off. So, and like I said, you're welcome to get private readings. You don't have to wait for the next time I do this, because I don't know when that's going to be, honestly, and when I'm going to have the time or energy to do it. But it seems like it helped a lot of people, and that's a good thing. So I'm probably going to clip this off, and I'll clip. Stop it. My dogs are going wild. I need to see what's going on outside, because they're barking a lot out there. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on outside. So and so sometimes I can give you answers as to how they pass, and sometimes I don't. I'm not giving that. Like if I don't have anything to reference it to, but usually I do. So like for instance, the heart attack tonight, the cancer, like I can usually pick it up. Can't promise anything because I can only give people what I get. Hey, stop. So I just try to get as much information as I can. That's the way that I work. So, but you can always, like I said, all the private readings that get scheduled, you can pick pet. If you want to talk to your pet, you can pick your pet. Doesn't mean nobody else will come through either. Like her dad showed up, like you can still pick your pet. So it's all the same prices and everything. You just pick what you want to do. All right. And if you guys have any questions about anything, you know where to reach me. All my information's down below. If you guys want any kind of merchandise or anything like that, it's all down below. See, look at the magical badass shirt I'm wearing, and it says Psychic Sleuth at the bottom. You can't really see it. That's my can I dropped. Ignore that. See, magical badass. And then the back is the Psychic Sleuth, which you can't really see, and it's got wings and stuff. So it sounds like I got a bunch of stuff underneath me. You're welcome, Marla. I'm gonna go look at my email right now and see if I can print that out in a minute. I feel tired. I don't do well without my wish list is down below too, but what I really need, if anybody wants to send anything on the wish list, is the rainstorms or the bird food. Those are the two things that or cat food. Those are, I don't know if my cat food's still on there, but those are the things I really need. If anybody wants to, they don't have to, but it's there. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And Totally enjoyed you. Sorry about all the hiccups. I don't know where certain people went, but things work out the way they're meant to always. And one thing you have to remember, our pets never leave us. Spirit remains, energy never dies, as you know, as you can see. And that's one reason I wanted to do this, was to kind of show people it continues on just like with people. So here's Roscoe. I hope I hope that this brought comfort to everybody, not just the people that got readings. So, all right. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Roscoe, dude.